Hi guys, welcome back to another TENFITMEN video, and this is the part 2 of my training with Pablo Carreno Busta from 2018 Rolex Shanghai Masters, and this is the part where we were doing some serves and returns. As you can see, Pablo was the first one who started serving, and I was there trying to return, doing my best, and it was a great chance for me to work on my returns. And here, one example of the backhand return. I started a split step exactly as he was lifting his racket. I was in the air just before his contact point, and then the swing with the high racket position pointing up, then slight racket drop, and here right after the contact I was leading with that bottom edge of the racket face, and then after that the long after swing with the racket in the vertical position, and that kick back with the left leg for the counterbalance. And as I was saying, it was a great opportunity for me to work on my returns, both backhands and forehands. It's not every day that you have a chance to return serves from one of the best players in the world, and even though this is from 2 years ago, you know very well that Pablo Carreno Busta is an amazing player, and recently he played semi-finals at the US Open, and now it's 2020, very special year. And here, one more return. Again, how I go towards that ball with the racket in high position. This was a little bit more difficult serve, and the ball was a bit far away, and you can notice here that I didn't have that kick back with my left foot. So I want to point out that one, because in one of the next serves you will see similar serve, so the tough one, but where I managed to do that kick back, which was actually, very important. And here it is, and you will see that the kickback, what I was talking about. Again, the split step on time. Here, the left leg goes up, and this is how you should finish on your backhand returns. You can see that with any of the pros of the good returns. It always helps you to get that hip involved and get the balance, because the whole power, the most drive comes from the hip. So on the return it's very specific. You don't have time to turn sideways, so you gotta go from the open stance, but when you get that leg kick back, you get the use of hip, and then you also get the balance. Now it was time for some forehand returns, and this is where I was also trying to find some rhythm. In general, for me, the forehand, kind of ironically, it was usually a bit tougher return, but recently I worked on it and I'm very happy with it. Here again, the split step, right at the contact point, I was in the air. Here is that uni-turn, the racket in high position, and the quick racket drop, and the contact point right in front with following through. So I was saying, I'm very happy now when I'm watching these videos from 2 years ago, and I'm editing and doing this analysis. I can see how much I have improved in every single aspect of the game, and that includes the returns, and I feel much more confident and comfortable now in both returns, forehand and backhand. Here again, one of the backhand returns. This is the second serve. You can see how the ball bounced a bit higher. I had to adjust a bit that position. Not ideal balance, but I managed to get the control there. Again, great opportunity, to work on the returns. I didn't have too much pressure here, because you could see that Pablo, he didn't really play many balls after the serve, so he didn't work on that second shot. Only a few times in the whole training he did that serve +1 pattern. Here it was time for me to do some serves, and as you can see, there was some sun. I was kind of facing the sun. It is a little problem, sometimes it can put you in this uncomfortable position where you have to think about the toss and how to change it, but usually after a few seconds, or sometimes maybe takes 1 or 2 minutes, you can adjust the toss and everything should be fine. This is why I always wear hats as well, in the case of the sun, it can always help. So the pressure here was maybe a little bit higher than, you know, when doing returns or during the rallies, because when you do the serves, the players are there and waiting for you. You are expected to make some good serves, and it's never easy. So here we will see one of my serves, and I want to point out a couple of things. And the first thing is that some differences from the service that I have now from my serve motion. One is that I didn't do this, the left foot pointing up with the toes prior to the serve. Then you could see that the racket position pointing to the side at some point. Then I was going up towards the contact point with racket edge, and finally getting that high contact point. Those are some good elements, but in general, if you watch some of my latest videos, you will definitely see the difference. And one of them, it's also that racket drop. I also worked on that, and it's not very easy to change and to fix. Here you can see one more time the slow motion and also the return from Pablo. It was amazing return back in. This is a very difficult one when you're returning inside out with the backhand. So he was going for his shot here, not always going for the safe return, but he was looking for different angles and different spots, which is also interesting to see, you know, when players are experimenting during the training. And one more time here, another serve. This is the position where the racket is pointing to the side. And then another great return from Pablo. This one was kind of in the middle of the court. So as you can see, he was returning also forehands down the line. This probably has to do something with, you know, his tactics for the next opponent. I'm not sure who he was playing next, but it's usually the case that players, they want to do a couple of shots that, you know they will play in the match. And here I was doing some second serves, and notice how Pablo kind of stepped into the court to take this ball a bit more on the rise. That was just a bit long, but still great shot. Notice on my second serve toss how I throw the ball all the way to the left, so in that way I can kind of brush the ball up and get that kick going. That was great return, and we're gonna see that one more time. So pay attention, the toss is to the left and I brush it up, and Pablo stepped in and hit that ball very nicely to the backhand corner. Not sure if that ball was in, but if it was, that was a second serve ace. One more time, great backhand return to the forehand corner, and again it was time for Pablo to serve. That might have been ace, I'm not sure, it was very close and fast. And here one good forehand return, we're gonna see that again. Notice again, the split step on time, there is the racket pointing up, part of the swing, and then following through, stepping out on that outside leg. Tough one. Pablo was serving down the tee very precisely in the corner. Here again, watch the split step. Right before he touches the ball, I'm already in the air. The ball is bouncing and I'm already turned and ready to kind of start the uncoiling, start the turn, and there was the racket leg. You could see how the racket was all the way behind my wrist and behind the racket handle. The bottom of the racket was leading that swing. Now it was time for a few backhand returns. That was a good pickup return, even though the serve was out. And again, at this point I'm usually pretty relaxed and yet trying to be intense and sharp with the reactions. You know, that's how you need to be in the returns. You need to be super ready to explode. And here another backhand return in this slow motion. You could see that preparation with the racket pointing up and then stepping in. That serve went a bit to my body, so it was a little bit tougher, but you have to always make adjustment. It's always tougher for a little bit taller players to return body serves, so that can be another advice. If you're playing tall guy or a girl, you might want to serve more body serves. It's always uncomfortable because, you know, you have bigger body, bigger arms, legs. It's tougher to move around. Here Pablo was serving second serves, and that one was really going out wide. It was tough return. I had to stretch a lot to get that ball back. And here one of the rare moments where Pablo played the next shot and I was not even close to return the next shot. And again, it was time for me to hit some serves, this time on the outside. And I believe that was an ace. Down the tee. Maybe Pablo was not ready completely, but it was a good serve anyways. I was going for serves here as always, because I know that these players, they really need somebody to hit fast serves as fast as possible, because obviously every opponent will have some serves over 200 kilometers per hour. And here one very good return straight back at me. So if we were playing point, I would be in trouble because I had to be super fast after the serve to be ready for that next shot. So it's always great to return down the middle or under the server's feet. This is one of the advice I always give to my players. We're training that return deep down the middle. It's usually the safest, and also it can be very effective. Here one more good serve, possibly another ace here, out wide, one of my favorite serves. And you know, it's a bit tricky when you're serving here. You're hoping to deliver your best serves. You're happy if you hit an ace, but you also want the other player to make good returns. So sometimes you have to maybe adjust your serve and you hope that they will make good returns. That was amazing escape, because I served to his body and Pablo managed to kind of get away. Look at that, he was in that position where the ball was bouncing and he just started the move. It was very quick reaction and he managed to play it back to my forehand side. And here, last few serves, I was doing the second serves to his backhand, and he was again trying to step into the court and take the ball early, otherwise the ball would bounce very high. That was a very nice return, you're gonna see that again. And also the serve action, you will see, look how I'm completely sideways compared to the net and how I'm going with the racket upwards, how I brush the ball, and watch here, my elbow is pointing up. This is very important element for the second serve, for the kick serve. And here, how I finish with the foot up, how I kick back with that right foot, just showing some essential parts of the kick serve. And Pablo was really feeling well here. You could see how he was striking this returns very clean and deep. I think he said the last serve here, and as always I tried to go serve and volley. And that was the last serve and the last moment of our training. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, really appreciate it. I would really like to hear any of your thoughts, and you can leave any comments you feel for. Let me know how you felt during this video, and if you have any suggestions, let us know. And if you like this video, please smash that like button and share it with your friends. If you haven't so far, subscribe to our YouTube channel, click that notification bell icon so you can get notified when we post new videos, and follow us on all these other platforms if you haven't so far. We are posting regular content on most of them. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in our next video. Hi guys, just want to jump in real quickly here at the end. Thank you so much for watching our videos and for all of your engagement. It really means so much to us. And I just want to say, if you really enjoy consuming our content and if you support everything we do and you maybe want to kind of contribute to our TENFITMEN team, you're very welcome to visit our Patreon page, and I will put the link somewhere here, and I will also put it down below in the description. Over there you will see that we have many cool projects and ideas in our minds, and we are really looking forward to it. And then with having you as our wings, we will be able to get there much faster and actually make all this journey closer to you and share all these amazing moments with you. So please go there and check out our page. Once again, thank you so much for watching us and for following, and I'll see you very soon in our next video.